one person who should consider me her protege, Jane Mensah, who I still respect her. But I think that she's been so incompetent to the extent that she doesn't even allow herself to be purged. And that is the worry. So, and I don't know whether because she's shielded by I don't know whether it's the NPP that shielded her or the president that shielded her. It just beggars belief, really, that a few years ago we were on the same page asking for the very thing that the NDC is asking for today. And you have even agreed that look, 3 or 4 of the issues are actually right. But why am I not surprised? I'm telling you this, Roland, because I'm not surprised at all that she told me and my chiefs that, oh, don't worry, go back, go and sleep, when my chiefs were concerned that there were likely to be attempts for us to be disenfranchised. So don't worry, go and sleep. Actually told me, oh, your people were very well behaved and all of that, they will vote. And then 5, 6 days later, they issued a fatwa that you can't vote. And you asked me to trust you. I won't. This is the EC that procured these biometric machines we are dealing with today, which are giving us problems. That procured the machines through a fraudulent process. You remember we told you guys when we found out the way they rigged the bid and made sure that the company that won the bid had lesser figures. When you combine all the various figures under each of the thematic areas, you actually get, I think, 96. But they rigged the thing and made it 106 for the company and made the second company that won, that should actually have won 102. That's how we found out that they rigged the process. To the extent that the chairman of the entity tender committee resigned and decided that he wasn't going to sign the entire fraudulent enterprise. We said it. So for me, look, you are talking probably to the wrong person who already has an issue with the EC. The issues are clear. People say we hate them. Why should I hate somebody? I'm not interested at all. I'm interested in saving the money.
The demonstration will take place, but let's say the Electoral Commission still stands by its position not to have an audit undertaken. What should be the next recourse, not only of the NDC, but key stakeholders like you, etc.?
Well, I think Parliament should be the last arbiter. And I think when Parliament says what it has to say, and I call on the majority leadership to actually see reason and prevent chaos at the polls, because that's what is likely to happen. I mean, imagine all these noise is not being made, and then you go to the poll and you realize that over 3,000 people can't find their names. Over 200,000 people cannot find their names. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to say? And I'm asking them, I'm talking directly now to the leadership of the NPP. Are they telling me and everybody else that we are all stupid, that all the things the NDC is saying, it only affects the NDC people? That must be some real magic anyway. So it will be irresponsible on the part of the leadership of the NPP to sit by and allow only a section of Ghanaians to be clamoring for the right. And this is not the same as the early elections. And even the early elections, we supported them in 2016, yes. And Charlotte is at pains with some of us because she thought that she was taken off lightly over procurement. In fact, the thing Charlotte did is just a fraction, the procurement issue, just a fraction of all the sins and the very grave sins this EC has committed. Now, I will not hesitate at all to be the first person to petition whichever government comes into power to chuck them all out of the office and actually to investigate them for fraud and corruption. You know, it's really irritating me that to think that we are going to an election and the same group of friends who were in NPP, who were shouting loudest for which we supported them in 2016 against Charlotte, are today sitting by and graver wrongs are being committed. And they never said a word. The NPP never said a word about SAL. All my good friends, from the president to my majority leader, friend, all the people I had who are called friends in the NPP, turned their back against us, SAL. Are you really good friends? And by the way, I don't care about being friends or not, but you should be the last people sitting by to watch this country burn. And I don't think they should be quiet at all. They should all speak now because these issues are grave. They should call for a proper audit. The president has said that he's asking the EC to be impartial. It goes beyond that. You know, the president says all sorts of things and nothing happens really. I don't know what, let me not digress. You know, so he's my good friend, by the way, but he knows now that we have decided to go. We are not going back to the days were good, because it disappointed me greatly. I think I want to talk directly to him that the last legacy he should leave is not an implosive country, an imploding country, but a country that is at peace with itself. He should ensure, call the EC and tell the EC, look, behave properly with their issues, deal with it nicely, and get it out of the way. But you know, like I said, I suspect that some other pastors should be talking to them as well. But this one, I don't know whether it's the evil spirit that is overtaking them. But I suspect as part of this evil spirit is the fact that we may be finding more various, very damning things they don't want us to know. That's my hunch, actually. That I think that issues are graver than we thought.
All right. Thank you very much. Franklin Cudjoe is founding president for Imani Africa and then also the chief executive. Now, let's go to the Eastern region. And just like we told you, the demonstration by the leadership of the NDC is taking place across the various regional capitals. And Koforidua is one of them. Yvonne Nikwe is ready. Yvonne, you take a look at where you are currently. Has the demonstration come to an end? Demonstrators, have they presented the petition? What can you tell us?
Well, Roland, the demonstration here by the opposition NDC in the Eastern Regional Capital, Koforidua, has ended. They presented the petition to the Eastern Regional Director of the EC, John Bafo, a while ago. They're asking that the forensic audit be done. The leaders, John Pablo, the national organizer, and executive of the party in the region here, led them through the 2-hour demonstration across the central business district. So I speak to you, the demonstration is over, but the police are still here at the EC's office, ensuring that within this period to probably later in the day, they still protect the EC.
Now, if you take a look at some of the concerns they have, before that petition was presented, what did they say they were?
Well, from yesterday, the conversation I did have with the regional executive, they told me that across 8 constituencies, their analysis informs them that there were a number of voter transfer and proxy transfer that was more than what all of them, including the EC of the various constituencies, have agreed upon. Mind you, when it comes to elections, it's about numbers. And so if what they are alleging that a number of people have been moved to other constituencies, then it does mean that some MPs probably might fall short of their result. And so probably this is what is informing them for this particular protest, because for everybody who is supposed to be in the register, they are in the register.
Well, thank you very much, Yvonne Nikwe, giving us the latest update. Koforidua, the Eastern Regional Capital, is where she has been monitoring the latest update on officials of the NDC leading that demonstration in Koforidua in the Eastern region, having officially presented their petition to officials of the Electoral Commission and well received in that regard. Already we know that a memo had been sent to officials of the Electoral Commission across the various regions that they should not make public comment on the demonstration at the point of receipt of the petition from the NDC leadership. And so that's the latest on that. Here in Accra, we have the latest. Eric also monitoring the demonstration across the various agreed routes in the capital, the principal street, as they have agreed with the Ghana Police Service, where they intend also subsequently converging at the frontages of the Electoral Commission and then subsequently also presenting that petition to officials of the Electoral Commission, but more so accompanied by a number of officials, among them the chair for the NDC, Johnson Esiedin Ketia, the minority leader, Kaisel Atofos, and a number of the leading members of parliament who, among others, Sam George, we earlier spoke to, and we'll be again and do a recall of some of those insights for you to get to know what their concerns are and the latest coming in the various areas. So we also know that in the Upper West region, officials of the NDC now having themselves ready to present that petition to the Electoral Commission. We'll get you the latest update as well, so that all of us get to know. Now, Yvonne, so what then officials are saying by the NDC will be happening after this presentation of the petition to the Electoral Commission officials?
Well, the NDC in this region said that after this demonstration, they'll be hoping and looking out for the Electoral Commission to do their demand, the forensic audit, ensure that everything is that. Otherwise, they may take the next action. exactly in clarity what the next action is. We do not know. We're hoping that as we get there, we will see exactly what that action is. Mind you, we do have just about 3 months to the general election. So this is one of the things we'll be watching out. Then again, we're asking ourselves if the forensic audit the NDC is asking for is lawful according to the CI guided by the Electoral Commission. So all of these conversations, one of the things all of us will be looking forward to as the days roll by.
In region, now let's go back to Eric Egbeta for the latest again.
And people want to in this election, all we always say is we need free and fair election, isn't it? So if we need free and fair election, we are calling on things that will make the register or the voting processes free and fair. Imagine a police conducting a random search and they find out that there is narcotic on you. And they're asking that because there's a huge amount of narcotic on you, let's go into your room to see if there are more there. And you are resisting the police. Aren't you calling for fight if you are resisting arrest? You are calling for a fight if you are resisting arrest. And that is what the NDC stands for. We need a credible register. If I and then my name is. We are not the same for free and fair. Despite the fact that we are demonstrating, our demonstration is very free, it's very fair, and the understanding of it is that the EC should do the right thing, and we will adhere to them for the election and the results we are calling for. All right, let's hear from you as well. Is that a similar argument you're making?
Yes, what I want to say is that the National Democratic Congress gave birth to this democracy that we are enjoying, and therefore the party, the NDC, is poised to making sure that the democracy and the peace that we are enjoying will never be destroyed. And therefore, whatever we have identified as a tool that is potentially going to destroy our democracy and peace, that is what the NDC is fighting, because we gave birth to this democracy. I want to say that the Electoral Commission now is becoming a threat to our peace and our democracy. And therefore, we are demonstrating to the world and for Ghanaians to rise and to caution the Electoral Commission to sit. Right now, the J. Mensa Electoral Commission, Dr. Bosman Asare Electoral Commission is becoming a threat to our peace and democracy. And that is what the NDC is trying to solve and to prevent any problem from happening. We are for peace, we are protesting, we are demonstrating peacefully, and we want all Ghanaians to support this call.
Thank you. Let's hear from you. See, you say you're a victim?
Yes, I'm a victim.
Transferred illegally?
Illegally. I'm a victim of that.
Where do you vote originally, and where have you been transferred to?
Vote at Okwaigwe North. Teresa Winnie is my MP. I voted in 2020 election. This year, because I voted in 2020, my mind was that, once I voted in 2020, there's no need to go and check when they open the voter exhibition. So I didn't go. Till on the last day of the voter exhibition, a friend of mine called me from Tamale that they've illegally transferred her votes to Pussycat. His vote in Tamale Sat. So they've transferred the vote. So I should go and check. If I said, because I voted in 2020, it will not happen, I should just go and check. When I went, they are closed. So he texted me a code that NDC had generated. When I checked, instead of Okaigwe North, they took me to, they said, Whitechapel in Anya's home. Even though it's not far from each other, just neighboring constituency. You know why they did this? There is a winning constituency, no? It's a swing constituency. But Anya's home, the likelihood of MPP winning it is very high. So if the illegal transfer, you go there. Wherever you vote, might not change the outcome of the Anya's home constituency. But a winning constituency, the margin she won the seat with was not that much. So they can easily do that to disenfranchise people and took you out. That's what they did to me.
So you from Okaigwe to Anya's?
When I did not step my foot there to change, do a voter transfer. So I reported to my cooperative. They said they are on it. It's part of the reason why I am here demonstrating. I am a victim of that.
So as at now, you don't know whether or not you've been brought back to Okaigwe?
No, not at all. So my only decision is that they should open the register, let them audit the register for us to check and see everything is okay, peace and fall, that's all. And another thing why I'm here, you see this government, their history, they have never built a public university before in Ghana. But they go around naming public university, which doesn't make sense. I want them, if you want to do something,
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let's hear from one more person. Just briefly, talk to us briefly why you are here.
Yeah, in a democracy, the majority rules. I hope you know that. How we are saying is that we don't want anything to necessarily work in our favor as NDC. But let's just ensure that the right thing is done. Everywhere, all organizations, whether public or private, accounts are audited. Whatever has gone on, I saw my name in the register, all right. But I know of other people whose names were not in the register. We have made a point about Tamale Central, for instance, 25 people being transferred to Pussycat constituency without any knowledge of this. We've spoken about other places. Some people are male, their identity have become female, their ages have changed and so on. So we are saying that just take a second look at your own register. Your register in this current form is not fit for purpose. Let the majority decide in a democracy like it's meant to be, so that everybody will be satisfied in the process. It's not necessarily about NDC, it's not necessarily about MPP. Let's ensure that the right thing is done for Ghana, so that at the end of the day, the will of the people would hold. And that is what I'll say, my brother, any day, any time.
Thank you. Let's speak to the Member of Parliament as well. Honorable, thank you. I see your jubilant dancing, but amidst all of it, there's a certain level of seriousness in demanding of.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the good people of Ghana and all regions to tell the EC, though it's an institution, it is for the people of Ghana that are not going well. That will increase the peace and stability that we all desire. There's a need for us to stand up and become voice out. Every single person to the people, and that.
And over the last couple of hours, trying to bring you this conversation and then also up to speed with all that is happening. We began with the main discussions on big issues and then subsequently touching base with what is taking place, not only from Accra, but the various regional bases or the regional capitals of the country where the NDC, alongside their leadership, are convening this demonstration. Now, straight away, let's go to Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital. Ibrahim Abubakar with the latest. Ibrahim, you take a look at the principal street where you've been through. Where would you say currently you are? Ibrahim. All right, so having some technical challenges so far. Of course, what we can acknowledge is that technology have been a bit bad, but so far, visuals from the Ashanti region, they had agreed routes, as always, just like other regional capitals, with the leadership of the NDC, and Ibrahim Abubakar giving us the latest pictures indicating massive turnout for this demonstration, and the police officials also ready on hand to make sure that, as agreed, they are able to provide the right sort of security to protect these demonstrators, to make sure miscreants with negative intentions who want to break the ranks of the demonstrators are able to be put in a certain regional structure. Now, you take a look at what is happening. Ibrahim, the latest, what can you tell us from the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi? Well, massive turnout again. Ibrahim giving us these pictures, telling us that the demonstrators had gathered in the early part of the morning. They had agreed already prior to today route with the Ashanti Region Police and the national organizer of the NDC, also leading this demonstration as well. And just like what has taken place across the various regional capitals across the country, different members of the NDC leadership chosen to lead the massive demonstrators across the various regions. For the smaller regions, you'll find that the petition already presented to the Electoral Commission. And again, we've had reports from Ibrahim Wangara in WAM, the Upper West Regional Capital, telling us that the petition already presented to officials of the Electoral Commission, and more so across the various areas, including Ho in the Volta region. Petitions also presented to officials of the Electoral Commission. Well, so this demonstration is taking place. Accra, and Accra is accommodating the massive one. It's led by the chair for the NDC, Johnson Esiedun-Ketia. Other officials are there, including people we've already spoken to, and Kesalato Force, and meaningfully the minority leader, already indicating their resolve to make sure that they force the Electoral Commission based on what they've noticed about the irregularities with the current register in the Ashanti region. Massive turnout for this demonstration, as being reported by Ibrahim Abubakar, already online to speak to us about it. Ibrahim, where did they start from? Where have they gone through? And currently, where are they, Ibrahim Abubakar? Ibrahim Abubakar, monitoring event for us, covering this demonstration, the whole of Kumasi, where they started from a point. And Ibrahim, where can you tell us you are currently? Where did they start from in the first place?
So the demonstration started at the NDC regional office at Amokom. In fact, they were supposed to leave the office by 7, but they decided to get more numbers and leave there at 10. So, as I speak to you with Rick Lancaster, that's former Golden Tulip Hotel, and from here to the Regional Coordinating Council, where the EC office is situated, is just about 500 meters. So, I'll say they are almost done. In fact, but not for the evening stops and intermittent stops on the roads. I'm sure by now they would have finished, and they didn't want to get there before midday. They said they wanted to get there at midday. But Roland, I can tell you that thousands of people have joined the demonstration. Even though in the morning it started at a very slow pace, we thought more people wouldn't be coming, but by 9, the entire NDC regional office premise was full. So people even had to wait at joints and be joining the demonstration whilst it goes on. So a number of people have joined. They're not only supporters of or members of the NDC, but I've seen members of the Convention People's Party, APC, and other smaller parties, they are members too. They said this is nothing extraordinary, at least for whoever wins the 2024 election to accept, or whoever loses to accept defeat, then they expect a credible voters register. This is all they are asking for. And they do not see the need for the EC to drag its feet. If the EC indeed believes that everything is fixed, then they should allow for the forensic audit into the voters register, and they will be okay with that. But even apart from that, they are saying that should the EC still go ahead and use this voters register, then their plan B will have to be to protect every single ballot, to make sure that every single ballot counts. Because they are confident, I mean the NDC are confident that come December 7th, they are winning the election. So for that to be able to become a reality, then they will also deploy that tactics of making sure that they sleep at the various polling stations, at the collation centers, until the results are declared.
Other leaders of this demonstration, and it's good that with your experience you're able to identify that by way of the massing up of the crowd, it started quite slow. Would you say this crowd also, in addition to determining or telling us who the leaders are, that this crowd is organic? They're all coming from Kumasi and Greater Kumasi?
Well, it's because the demonstration is a regional demonstration, so others are coming from other parts of the region, not outside the region. In fact, almost all the people I've seen, because I've not even seen one single person outside Kumasi who has joined, with the exception of the national organizer of the NDC, Joseph Yamin, who by way is in both in the Ashanti region. So he is a resident of Kumasi, so he has to be part of it. So they have limited to parliamentary candidates, members of parliament. You know, in Ashanti region we have 4 members of parliament. It is only Muntaka that I have not spotted. Maybe he will join in Accra because he has other activities, but the others are here together with their supporters. So even though some non-NDC members have joined, but largely I can tell you that 90 to 98% of the demonstrators are members and sympathizers of the National Democratic Congress.
How are normal residents and even other political stakeholders in Kumasi responding to the massive turnout for this demonstration? Ibrahim.
You know, Ashanti region being the World Bank or stronghold of the New Patriotic Party, they didn't expect these numbers, but of course, for NDC to have gotten 600,000 of the vote tells you volume. Like even if 1/10 of that 600,000 decides to turn out for this demonstration, then obviously the numbers will be huge. So that is what we are seeing. The streets are filled. In fact, the traffic that this demonstration has even brought to Kumasi is huge. But they are hoping that by midday or by 1 when they are done, there will be a traffic flow. So the numbers are huge for the political parties, for the MPP. They say that this is nothing that will shake them, because if they are to organize a similar demonstration or any other demonstration, they believe that they could have gotten 2 or 3 times this number. And they are saying that these are people who are from all corners of the region. So the numbers are not even up to, let's say, 10,000. So they do not see any threat that the NDC will pose to them. But for the other smaller parties, well, they believe that they have concerns that they need to be addressed. So having that number at least also is a testament that indeed the NDC is so happy with the voters register, and for that matter, their members have come out in their numbers to be part of this demonstration.
Have the NDC leadership, especially those leading this demonstration, been able to recount some of the discrepancies, if any, recorded in the Ashanti region?
Well, they have given figures, but not specifics. They have given figures in other constituencies that they believe that after the voter exhibition exercise, there were some anomalies. Let's say New Edibiase, for instance, they detected that over 1,000 people were transferred without their knowledge. And other constituencies also recorded similar discrepancies. So they said they had to do this because at the end of the day, if on December 7 and someone is transferred without his knowledge, and the person didn't also partake in the voter exhibition exercise, it means the person will be disenfranchised. And they believe that these are means or tactics that the NPP, together with the EC, is trying to deploy to subvert the will of the people come December 7th.
How many minutes more or how long before they are able to go through the various points to present their petition to officials of the Electoral Commission in the Ashanti region? Ibrahim.
Well, Roland, as I speak to you, I can see the main entrance of the Regional Coordinating Council. I'm just maybe 50 steps away from that office. And the parties, the members are also coming. Like I said, they do some intermittent stops. So as I speak to you, they have stopped at Lancaster waiting for the others to join. So they are working even in badges because of the large numbers. So they are waiting for all of them to join so they all walk here. But at the entrance of the Regional Coordinating Council, the security is very, very tight there. The place has been locked. I'm sure they only allow few people who are the executives or officials to enter before they will be able to submit their petition to the Electoral Commission. In fact, the Electoral Commission office in Ashanti is not sitting inside the Regional Coordinating Council. It's just behind it, but you have to pass through the Regional Coordinating Council to be able to access that office, even though they have another access route, but this is where they are using. So a number of the party supporters who have taking the lead are currently massed up at the frontage of the Coordinating Council, waiting for their leadership to come and enter to be able to present the petition, because the numbers, the RCC cannot contain the numbers that is coming.
Have the leadership of the NDC been able to tell you in the Ashanti region what they'll do if the position of the EC still remains the same after this demonstration?
Well, so like I said earlier, they have Plan B, and the Plan B is that if the EC does not conduct a forensic audit into the voters register, they cannot say they will not be part of the voting or the election process. They have to be part. So their Plan B is to be alert at the various polling stations. So this time around, they said they have employed agents who are more knowledgeable, people who can read, people who are vigilant enough to make sure that there wouldn't be any error committed at the polling station, because that is where the elections and the coalition centers, that is where the elections are being decided. So their Plan B is that they will ensure that every single ballot counts, every single ballot is protected.
And he's covering comprehensively this demonstration for us in Kumasi, and already reporting based on the pictures you already seen on the screens or had shown you earlier. Massive turnout for the NDC for this demonstration. And we know basically just a number of items that the NDC is protesting over. Basically discrepancies noticed with the compilation of the register for the 2024 general elections, being that there have been among a number of concerns being raised, transfer transfer of names to other polling stations, either outside constituencies, sometimes outside regions, and they also say, according to their present-day monitoring, more discrepancies of multiple registration also being done and names not being removed, and subsequently people even not finding their names even on transfer lists, as well as additional names on current transfer lists without notification, etc. And so as a result of that, the leadership of the NDC notified the Electoral Commission about these discrepancies. They had wanted a live coverage on the day of the meeting, didn't come on, and subsequently they are now reaching a decision point where the best way to be able to drum home their concerns is to convene this demonstration. Again, we have to emphasize, this demonstration has been convened, it's been convened across various regional capitals. And as you know, for the Republic of Ghana, we have 16 administrative regions, and we've brought to you coverage across many of these regions, particularly not only in Accra. We've been to Ho, we've been to Wa in the Upper West region, and subsequently the Northern region as well, and bringing to you the latest. In some of those regions, the numbers have been small. Some of those regions, the numbers have been massive and big. Here in Accra, Eric Egbeta monitoring the situation for us alongside other reporters we have on the ground to give you the latest update about this demonstration taking place. In excess, the NDC is making claims that over 300,000 single people have had these discrepancies affecting them, and as a result of that, an external audit agency has become paramount. And they say a forensic audit is the way to put to bed some of these complaints in the run-up to the election on the 7th of December 2024. And very soon, we will take you to the command center, where we're going to have Kamani Nyamani Amano Martin Esiedu Date for News Central to continue with the latest when it comes to the massive coverage we're giving this as your election command center to tell you and bring you up to speed on this demonstration as to what's taking place. Your election command center in command of this coverage demonstration by the NDC all over.